now that season 3 has completed and it looks like Henry Cavill is no longer going to be a part of The Witcher, I think there's a clear shift of focus we're going to be seeing, even more heavily focusing on Ciri. In the second half of season 3, we get a whole episode of just her struggle through the I was about to say forest, through the desert. And dude,
it's even less interesting.
The episode was so badly made that it made me hate her, when that's not even her fault, or her or the actress's fault. It's just the episode, the structure of it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a referendum on the writing for sure for this character and the episode, because it's like, dude, first of all, it was not believable. Okay, it wasn't believable. The whole desert thing where she was there for so long without any water or food or whatever. I don't know why she went straight to food, by the way. She's like, I'm so hungry. You're hungry? Like, when's the last time you drank any water? How is that not the first thing on your mind? But this is really where this is my main point with this whole Ciri thing. She was actually good, I think, in season 1 and even a little bit of season 2, when she was just a MacGuffin, basically, for Geralt to find, especially in season 1, where she was just the result of Geralt's, what do they call that thing again? The law of surprise? Is that what it was?
Oh, yeah, dude. Oh,
it was something that, where like, I don't know why it's called law of surprise. Literally every situation we see it just means that you get someone's kid. Like, why isn't it just called, like, the adoption rule, or like, I'm calling the adoption favor? Anyway, that's what it was interesting when that's what she was. We didn't really know the source for powers. We knew she could scream or whatever, and she broke a monolith, and she was on the run, hanging out with that black elf dude, the Blelf. But Geralt was doing his own thing, and I liked seeing that a lot. But now that Geralt really cares about her, and she's like basically a witcher now and has her own competency, everything has gone downhill, because I think they don't know what they can do that's interesting. Like, we have Geralt as a witcher, and we have Yennefer as a mage or warlock or whatever she is, and what Ciri is both of these things. Like, how
Ciri,
is that? How could that be interesting?
Yeah, but like in season 2, we should have gotten more scenes with Ciri and Yennefer actually growing their friendship together, or maybe not even the friendship. It should be the mother-daughter relationship that, for some reason, this show needs to constantly tell us is there, that is not there. You know, so in the desert, we get to see her interactions with her mom and grandma in there, which, dude, the grandma, what a train wreck.
Dude, that's okay, though. Smash.
Yeah, but we should have gotten more time with her, with Yennefer, and we could have fleshed out her character and that relationship. But instead, we get like 2 episodes at the beginning of the season trying to convince us that, oh yeah, I know I just try to sacrifice you for my powers, but we're kind of like friends now, and I'm actually your mom. Dude, what? For Ciri to believe that.
I know. Dude, Yennefer at one point kisses Ciri in the face. It's like, my daughter. If I was Ciri, I'd be like, what the fuck? Don't talk to me 2 inches from my face and then kiss me on the eyeball. You know how weird that is, dude? It's like,
yeah,
I know you've been alive for like hundreds of years, but I've only known you for like 1. Like, this is completely inappropriate. I know we go ice skating together sometimes, but like, Geralt's my friend. Like, I don't know you that well. It's like, back off. I hate the family dynamic.
I'm going to keep comparing it to Game of Thrones because it's just a great comparison to this, and it was made like 10 years before this series. But, you know, John up at the wall, he has Lord Commander Mormont, who plays almost like a fatherly figure to him as his mentor. But at no point where you're like, or him and Sam, they're brothers, but you never think like, I'm your brother, John. They never have to say that, you know, like you can just infer that, you know, and Ned and Robert, like they never have to really go over the top and like, yo, we're family. I'll go down to King's Landing for you because we're family. It's like, stop saying that. You don't
family Ned. Yeah, they never say that shit, dude. They never. And if they said it, you know, it's like, whatever. If it's a one-off, then it's okay. But this series does it all the time, and it came out of nowhere. Like I said, dude, if you wanted to talk about a Geralt, Ciri, like a father figure daughter dynamic, it kind of works in a way because we've seen them together for a lot of screen time now. But the Yennefer thing is just so forced, and unfortunately, I mean, effectively speaking, those are the only 2 characters that are remaining going forward now. I know we have Liam Hemsworth as Geralt, but I feel like, at least just trying to predict the narrative of the show, if Geralt and Ciri get to stay together, then that kind of defeats all the tension that could happen. I think that they're always going to be apart from each other, and it's going to be a little chase her down thing for the rest of time. And this desert is like the pinnacle of that, because it shows you how boring it is when you don't have Geralt with Ciri, and there aren't like other plot things going on in the background either. Like, if Geralt was in the desert, I think we could see some cool reflection stuff on his past or whatever. But Ciri, we know everything about her. So there's nothing new to learn. Dude, the desert, you want to talk about how stupid the desert thing was specifically a little bit?
Yeah, go more into it, dude. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I thought this montage was like the most painful thing ever. Just from the littlest stuff to the large scale stuff. this like weird oppressed princess person who's
The
communicating
fire,
with
like,
her.
is she an elf? Because she says she cut her
No,
ears
she's
to
not an
like
elf.
fit
They
in.
like
Yeah.
accused her of being an elf, like an oppressed person, or sorry, an oppressor or something. And so then she ended up cutting her own ears to match what people saw her as or something. It's like, dude, boo fucking who? It's like, why would you do that? Self mutilation. It's embarrassing. I thought everything, every component of her speaking to her was weird, and I don't understand the purpose of it in the end. Like,
This is
what was she doing?
Well, this is my other issue with like casting in all of The Witcher. They always have these more kind of deceitful people for some reason that are kind of like Yennefer was supposed to be kind of like that. You see in the like video game and the actual description of the character, they're supposed to have like sharp features. Like Yennefer is supposed to have that. And this fire elf, by the way she was talking, you'd think she'd have like this more like sinister kind of feel to her. Like, I'm going to tempt you in to bring you to the point where you need to be unleashing fire and chaos magic onto the world and reshape it in your own image, right? This
Yeah.
girl looks like one of the most wholesome people if you just had her in a screenshot. Like if you
Yeah,
look
she
at her,
didn't
it's
look
like
evil at all.
she just looks like a normal girl. What should be
Just
like,
like holding on.
and that's the point. I'm like, dude, it's a fantasy show. You're supposed to play into these some of these cliches and make them look like that way. I mean, you're not gonna have Superman look like Jonah Hill or Michael Cera. They're gonna look the way you to
Right.
convey this feel about them. And the way most of these people are done in The Witcher is just feels like haphazardly or without any intention, which I mean does explain a lot of the writing if they
It
don't think
does, it does.
much about anything.
You know what's funny about that too? How it should be this progression, this like descent and torture to get Ciri to like resort to using fire magic. In the end, what happened was that random unicorn, which came from an unknown place, who knows, with the
It's
biggest
us.
balls I've ever seen, dude, hung like a horse is the origin of that phrase is because of this specific unicorn. But this unicorn is like stabbed by that big creature or whatever, and the girl
Uh-huh.
says, "You can save this horse, Siri, by using like this specific type of magic." So you're like, "No, I can't. I can't. Yennefer told me it was dangerous." And this girl's like, "Well, but if you do it, then it would benefit you." And then she's like, "Oh, okay, I'll do it."
All
And
right.
she just does it immediately. It's like there
Yeah.
was no journey there at all. The only journey we saw was her walk through the desert, which was painful as shit. I keep talking about it and I never bring up examples. She walks for 2 days before making a head wrap for herself, which she just rips off some clothes and does it. Are you kidding me? She gets such bad sunburns on her face. She's bleeding from it, or she has big scarring
Yeah.
on her face from these sunburns, which is just ridiculous. She ends up walking 180 degrees. Like, come on. Why are they playing into these, gender stereotypes that women are directionally challenged?
Challenge. Yeah,
Because, dude,
exactly.
180 degrees, that is a little bit extreme, in my opinion. And then the biggest atrocity to me, she finds a bunch of eggs, which are extremely like have calories, so that's good for food, and they're also super full of water, so that would hydrate the shit out of you. And
Yeah.
were you able to tell? Were these lizard eggs? Were they bird eggs? Did they say?
No, they didn't say, but based off of the thing she ate next, I would assume they're lizard or like some
She
sort of
decides
reptile
to
eggs.
sees a lizard, like, oh motherfucker, get over here. Grabs this thing, whips it around her head like a churro, and smashes its head in against a rock. Then digs right in like Schmeagol on that fish, right into the guts of a poison lizard. And it's like, dude, that is like the least healthy thing you could eat right now, especially in the face of these eggs that might be coming from this lizard. You may have just cut out your own food supply. Like, how stupid can you be? And this is obviously the writing. The character couldn't help herself. It was written to be that way, but it's just bad.
Yeah, and the magic system still I'm confused by, and I think Henry Cavill said multiple times that when they're writing it or he was on set and he's like, why would they do that? Why don't they do this? That the cast or writers would say, Henry, just stop talking. Stop, just do what you're told, basically. Because in this, I'm confused by a lot of the magic. And this is not even like the fight scene we see in episode 6 where I'm confused by like rock, paper, scissors, what beats what. But in here, is this Fire Girl still alive, or like how is she speaking to
my impression,
Ciri? And
I don't know how.
Is this a fever dream? I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know how she was speaking to her, but like the impression that I got is that this girl now like took possession of some serious power. Like I feel like she was malicious, right?
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
was she? Okay, maybe I'm actually stupid. I'm thinking about this now. Was she there actually just to guide Ciri and help her? Or when Ciri said like she relinquishes her powers, did she just like power up this being who now owns some of Ciri's power? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What was the direction? Because then at the
I
end
don't
of the
know.
season, like the closing shot, we talked about this off stream. We see that Ciri can like turn on and off her powers. So it doesn't really seem like she relinquished anything, right?
And she takes the name of that girl, I think, right? She takes
Yeah,
the
she
name
does, like
of the
Farfar, Sharsha, or whatever it is.
Shartsha.
Shartsha, fart face.
She definitely is able to turn it on and off, which is kind of pathetic. I feel like, oh no, I just turned off my powers. Just like, just don't use your powers. What
So
the
then what
hell
does
is
she
going on?
relinquish? What was the
Yeah,
relinquishing?
I don't know. Whenever I hear relinquish, I think of Pirates of the Caribbean. I was like, I relinquish you from your bones, or I think of relinquish from
A
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yu-Gi-Oh? Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Relinquished. Dude, Pegasus, dude, fucking be my bride. Okay, that's it. That's all I got to say about this. Let's end it up.
Yeah. Well, let us know what you think about Ciri. Do you even care about her? Would you even watch like a spinoff of just Ciri? I think if you did it well enough, you could get me on board for it. But based off of the like Lost Boys, what they call the Rats or something at the end, she like gangs up with. Yeah, not interested in that whole side plot moving forward for season 4. But yeah, let us know what you think and smash that like button and subscribe for more content.